So, what's up, everybody? It's Will Everett, and I really want to start off by saying I really appreciate you making time to stop by the channel. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I gotta tell you, this is well overdue. For some time now, I've had this idea in my mind. I've even started and stopped a few times, but I had this idea in my mind ultimately that, there was a service that I could provide, right? Some value that I could add to others, just through sharing my experiences of getting through this crazy thing we call life. You may notice my name is Corporate Will on here. Some people may know me as Worldwide Will on Instagram. Now, in part, it's Corporate Will because just Will Everett was taken, but the other piece of that, that name, right, that handle of mine, Corporate Will, is to really show and share experiences of how my life as a, corporate America career guy, really merged with the lifestyle that I live in. More than that, I really just wanted to share the experiences that I go through with hopes that it empowers and inspires others to live a life of what I call achieving self-actualization, or just achieving success in layman terms. Now, self-actualization isn't a new term. It's nothing that I just coined out of, the thin air. It comes from a guy by the name of Abraham Maslow. And if you've ever taken any kind of psychology or, I don't know, a theory-based class, I believe, right, you might have heard of something called Maslow's triangle. And Maslow's triangle is literally just this triangle that discusses or explains these levels that we must achieve in life in order to reach this peak level called self-actualization, or what I just call success. Now, the brunt of Maslow's theory and his ideology, which I won't get into nerdy detail about in this particular episode, but the brunt of his theory, or call it ideology, is really around the fact that each person, right, has these levels of needs that we have to obtain. And upon obtaining that particular level of needs, it propels us and empowers us to achieve the next level and the next level, all the way until we achieve this period or this sustained experience that he calls self-actualization. And for me, that's just something that I've always really stuck to since I learned about it. And it really shaped the way I see the lifestyle that I live, and to be more specific, it really shaped the way I saw success, right? Success to me isn't just about money. It's not just about, the highs in life. Sometimes success is a journey, right? Sometimes success is the things that you deprive yourself of at times. Sometimes success is doing something that probably doesn't feel the best for your pockets or feel the best for your image, right? But feels the best for your heart. So there are a plethora of things that I want to talk about throughout this channel. In fact, for the entirety of this year, it is now in 2023, December 30th, we're going into 2024. So for the entirety of 2024, so long as God gives me breath to breathe, I actually want to share, week by week, my experiences, just to get through this thing again that we call life. And hoping, right, the goal, the chief aim of this entire channel is hoping that as we build our community, right, and as we foster this community, that I'm able to help, right, that I'm able to provide some kind of value to you or someone that you care about, someone that you know, in the form of just being transparent about the experience that I go through as a young man, as a young Black man in corporate America, and just living life in general to the fullest, right? I think that's, for me, the brunt of, why I live, right? I try to live it to the fullest, right? And for me, that really provides me these great opportunities to reach these peak levels of experiences. Now, I'm saying a whole lot, and this is certainly the intent of this channel, but for now, I really just want to level set. Now, that's a corporate word. You're going to be hearing a whole lot of corporate words in this channel, but I really just wanted to level set, get to know you, let you get to know me. And I guess in doing that, I guess I'll just start about where I'm at. I'm actually in my first property that I ever bought in Houston. Bought it at the top of this year, actually in February. In this unit right now, actually getting ready to move out of it, trying to sort of kind of get it all situated. I got some renters coming in, and they're going to be keeping some of the furniture, but most of the reason that I'm here right now filming is because I came actually to move some things out and just decided, hey, I got to start this thing. So I said, you know what, I'm stopping what I'm doing, or finishing what I was doing at that period, and I just decided to start this video, this channel. So you're seeing me live, unscripted, in my first house. Maybe one day I'll give you guys a tour, maybe not, because hopefully it's going to be rented out in a few days. But the next house, right, I'll give you a tour of that I just purchased here about a month ago. I'm also about a week, so on Monday, Christmas Day, my girlfriend and I got back from a wonderful, wonderful, much needed vacation to the motherland, Africa. We went to Accra. We took a flight from Houston to JFK. Then we took a $75 Uber from JFK to LaGuardia, and maybe opposite to LaGuardia, then JFK. And we took our first class flight together via Delta One to Accra, Ghana. Spent about 4 days there, spent 4 days and 3 nights there. I worked that entire time. The team knew what I had going on. I worked the entire time. And then after that 4th day, we decided to take a flight to Cape Town. And boy, let me tell you, that is a place to be. Took a flight to Cape Town, had a little layover in Johannesburg, did some cool things there. But spent 8 days out in Cape Town, an action-packed 8-day itinerary that I really take pride in having planned all by myself. She thanks me too. But great time. It's one of those. It was one of those trips that just rejuvenated the spirit. You know, like I've really been grinding. Right, that's the story of my life. Right, I try to really handle my business, and when it comes to my career in corporate America, sometimes some periods are just more challenging than others. There's just no way around it. And for me, I realized, you know, in the heat of my grind and the focus of my grind, it wasn't until I actually got a vacation that I realized, like, man, I needed that break. So now, you know, on the eve of New Year's, or the eve of New Year's Eve, I am feeling better than ever, feeling rejuvenated. Hooped for about 2.5 hours earlier today. My body definitely feels that, but when I say I feel good, I'm talking mind and spirit, a little bit of body, but honestly, I feel really good. And again, just want to really foster this community with you and I, with everyone else here. I want this to be mutually beneficial. So in the next episode, I'll have my episodes planned in advance, but for the next episode, I'm going to go into that theory of self-actualization that really brought us here, that really brought me here. And we'll talk in depth about Maslow's triangle and all the things and ways in which I believe that ideology really relates to living a just good life in layman terms. But as much as I hope to provide value to you, I think in creating this community, to be honest, I also wanted that to be reciprocated, right? I want to hear from you. I want to get to know you. If there are things that I can share through my walk of life regarding lifestyle and how to achieve your own levels of self-actualization, I want to hear from you. I want to know that from you. So I have my slate of agenda, of curriculums, if you will. But as we progress, you know, I really want to grow this community, and I really want to grow with this community. So keep nothing off the table. I think I might have said it earlier, but Worldwide Will is my handle on IG. Many of you may know me from there, but also at some point throughout this channel, I'll provide some links and ways to get in touch with me. But again, yeah, I want this to be a truly mutually beneficial relationship. I don't really know how to do this thing, right? I don't have a TikTok. I'm not a TikToker. I post 4 or 5 times a year on Instagram, you know, so I'm not going to say that this is my thing. I just want to be as authentic as possible, right? As transparent as possible, and really provide as much value as possible to anyone who could use it, who may need it, because again, you know, there's really no blueprint on this thing called life, and I think everyone's just trying to be their very best selves. If not their very best, they're just trying, and I think that's enough. But you know, when you can do better, you do better, right? And when you can help, you help. So for me, I think this is an act, if you will, of me being and doing better, but it's also a obligation that I feel, right, to provide a service, to provide some kind of help, to provide some kind of value, to be maybe a little bit more transparent with you all in terms of where I'm at in life. I'm an uncle. I got a couple nephews and nieces and a couple of god kids. So like for me, I think about them. They just had birthdays. We just had the holiday season, and you know, I'm definitely one to splurge a little bit here and there, and I don't think there's anything wrong with buying the kids sneakers and, you know, shirts and toys that they're gonna outgrow and outlast. But I think more important than that is really providing some kind of value that's really going to help them. And even now that none of them are more than 4 or 5, none of them are more than 5 years old. But even now I started to think about like, what can I do for them? Like, not just buy for them, but what can I truly do for them? And hopefully technology doesn't die, right? This may even be more long-standing than pen and paper, if you will, but I wanted to provide this to them, right? I want to one day be able to share with them, you know, a blueprint, right? A perspective on a way to live this thing called life. And if they never use it, I wouldn't be mad, right? But I would want to feel that, you know, in my living, right, that I did something for them. And you know, we'll talk a little bit more, you know, as we get to know each other a lot better. We'll talk a little bit more about some things that I also thought about doing for them, and that I'm actively doing for some of them. All of them will get the treatment, but sort of kind of piloting it with just a couple. But you know, it really is for me just a huge emphasis this year, 2024. You know, I'm not a big resolution guy. I really don't believe in, to be honest. But for me this year, it really did mean a lot to place an emphasis on just giving, right? Making sure that in all the getting that God has blessed me with, right, that I'm providing some kind of value, whether that be through my, you know, monetary contributions, whether it be through thought leadership at work, or whether it be here, right, on my channel, really just helping others get through this thing called life. I really just wanted to do that service. So with that being said, I'll stop rambling. Next episode, we'll be talking about Maslow, Abraham Maslow. If you care to do any research beforehand, feel free to look him up. But I just want to share with you a little bit of insight about this guy, and more than that, how this guy influenced my life and influences the way in which I live life today. So cannot wait to see you again. Thank you from the bottom of my heart again. Let's grow together. See you later.